One Piece chapter 1163 spoilers, alright? Title promises. The cover is Luffy doing parkour. Alright, we can skip past this. Okay, just to let you guys know, a lot happened. Emu calls Rocks Davy Jones, but Rocks replies that he's not that guy. And I'm totally not like the only one. Whenever they talk about Davy Jones, I think of this guy. Please, Oda, have this be his character design. I need access to Eam. But I do agree that what is promised must be fulfilled. Where I don't think that Rocks is Davy Jones, but keep in mind, Eam and Rocks already met in the flower room, right? And he does claim to be a very big follower of Davy Jones. So this is probably the callback that they're talking about, right? Big Mom joins the trio in the battle. So at the end of the last chapter, we saw these insane panel where we had Whitebeard, Kaido, and Rocks, okay, face off against Eam. So now we're adding in Big Mom. And this isn't the Big Mom of current day, where she might have excessive features. A younger Big Mom. And what's insane is she knows who Eam is the entire time. She knew who Eam was, but continued to want to be a pirate, and in fact actually proclaimed that she wanted to be the king of the pirate. And so now Kaido, Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Rocks all attack together, alright? And then the scene changes, which is like super disappointed because we need this scene to just go as long as we can. 2-3 chapters, please. The Roger Pirates still clash with Rocks Pirates, who start fighting each other. John versus Gazu. And those who need a reminder, you know, Captain John was actually found on Thriller Bark. Obviously, we get Prime John here, so I'm not really sure if they're fighting for treasure or what's going on. They kind of are hinting that John does have a devil fruit. And this is Ganzu fighting John. I have to assume that they're fighting for treasure because there's no other explanation why they would be even cutting from this amazing epic throwdown to these guys, but I digress. Garp and Roger join against Emu. Zebek and the top 3 all attack together. This is an insane chapter. So Garp and Roger officially join Big Mom, Rocks, Kaido, and Whitebeard. I mean, this is crazy, and this kind of like plays back to when they all sense the hockey going down, alright? And thus far in the flashback, it has shown that these two are on like equal power level. And there might be a lot of redemption for Garp considering he's a Marine fighting like the world superpower, right? So this is just crazy. I'm already hearing it now, the redemption of Garp. There is an epic double page with Rocks, Roger, Garp, Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom all attacking Eam together, which I think is a play to this, right? And I'm gonna explain a little bit more in a second, but absolutely mind-boggling. But even with that massive attack, Emu recovers, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, this up here is really what they're fighting, but down here is just kind of like a funny image to combine the two. And, you know, we already know that if this isn't Eam's actual body, I mean, think about it like this. If they don't have like super advanced Conquerors hockey, which they might, you know, we might see a little bit of that where they can't recover as quickly or something like that. But as long as it's not Emu's body, I'm sure that he can just literally heal back anything that he wants. Like especially Saturn, like we saw how Saturn got just the crap beat out of him by Luffy and company right the entire time, but kept recovering, kept regenning. So, you know, I'm assuming it's the same here where they're not like, Emu might not be able to get off any attacks, right? Like physically as Saturn, but he won't exactly die either. The chapter ends with Emu using Domai Reversei on Rocks and ordering to kill his family. No break next week. Okay, we all saw this coming. This is really depressing. I mean, I guarantee Rocks' design is going to look just killer, right? Just cold. But the ability is broken. It honestly is sad because Rocks is like one of the best characters we've seen in like a long time, and you're rooting for him and you don't want him to go, but you know that he's going to have to leave eventually. I was hoping he gets sealed off some way, somehow, but it does look like we might end up seeing the death of Rocks, which is just really disappointing. And this kind of might give us a little bit of a teaser towards like why Harold got stabbed by his guards, like the telling of what happened with him. He probably also got Dami Reversei. And it kind of just, the weight of this ability, it's just broken. It's busted. We don't really know, like, the ins and outs of it and what the hard counters are. And so it just kind of, I don't know, as soon as it happens, it's just kind of, like, unfulfilling. Like, why not just Domai Reversei everybody? You know, if you could just flip anybody, like, what would be any revolution, what would be any revolt if you just had this up your sleeve every time? There are a lot of theories that are going around, like the fact that the pentagrams actually has names and stuff like that in it, or that Domai Reversei actually means return to home. So there's some theories going around that You actually have to be on your homeland for the ability to work. But, you know, I don't know. We just know that regardless of Saturn being Emu's vessel, right, and getting, like, the crap probably beat out of him by all of the top tiers, he's still okay with just, like, torching his boy. You know, like, he's like, all right, you know, we're fun to play with, but I'm done with you, you know, and it's just, that kind of just shows how cold-blooded Emu is, because even in, you know, with this much history with Saturn, you would think that there'd be a connection, but no. Anyway, epic chapter spoilers. I cannot wait for more of the spoilers to come out and actually see some panel shots of what's going to happen, because these double page spreads are insane. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. No break next week, so we're rolling.